Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the fans. Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio on this lockdown special. Enjoying myself, Oxshare, as my mate Bridge. Evening, Bridge.
Well, can I say a big good evening to you, Oxshare, and a huge good evening to Terry in the background, to a huge good evening to the boys in the lobby, and to all the Rangers fans that want to listen in. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Do you want to hear this text I got today, Bridge?
Oh, yes, please.
Please, Mr. Ox, please have a show tonight. He's doing my head in. Please get him away from me for an hour. Sincerely, Mrs. Bridge.
Oh, it's all. She would as well. Imagine. Bad woman, I'll tell you. Bad woman. It's all right for you.
You think?
Look at Terry. Terry's happy, a happy man. Terry's a very happy man.
Oh, schoolboy. He treats them mean, keeps them keen, you know.
Yeah, I love it.
Right,
something wrong with me now. Go on, pal.
Go on, you carry on, bro.
No, please.
Okay, rumours are speculating about all sorts of players. I think we'll just leave it till we get a bit more meat on the bone. But listen, we're on for an hour. It's a people show. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
I'll join the Skype at RangersRadio.online. You brought in the call by Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. And you can talk about anything Rangers related. Big game tomorrow, Bridge. Obviously, the United game was called off. I thought they all had to under soil heating. I can't keep up with Scottish football. We've got a plastic pitch, it freezes. You might have under soil heating, the pitch freezes. What's happening, Bridge? Help me.
Well, your guess is as good as everybody else's that's in this place, I'll tell you, because nobody seems to understand what on earth is, what the rules and regulations are. There's so much going on and not going on, if you follow what I mean. Gee whiz, what can you say? Look at the state of them with the COVID thing. Unbelievable. The biggest culprits are getting away with murder, as they say.
So you go away for a COVID trip, but you take a guy, he's injured and on crutches, no play for 4 months, maybe next season, but he's away for training. Oh, I don't know how that works, sir. R&R,
as they say, R&R. What can you say about it?
R&R. Yeah. That's us, isn't it? Rangers Radio.
That's correct. They're stealing their name. JFK will have something to say about that, I'll tell you.
Yeah, JFK's joined us, sneaked in the boys' gate. Not the first time he's done that. Evening, JFK.
Evening, Oxshare. Evening, Bridgeman. And Terry in the back, sir. How you doing, guys?
How are you, Jimmy?
I'm all right, mate. I just out with a dog there and that. Tell you. The time I got out where it had to come from, and the time I picked it up, it was solid. There you go. That's how cold it is.
You used to call that a jubilee, Jimmy.
Was that not, sir?
You used to call that a jubilee.
Used to call that a jubilee, aye. Coca-Cola jubilee colour. Yeah. I had an eventful day. A wee story for you. I was in one of my local shops, and when I was purchasing my items, that a couple of puddle drinkers come in.
Okay.
And they saw me with my Rangers snood thing on.
Right.
And I was talking to the guy that I know well in the shop about the football and all that, blah, blah, blah. And one of the puddle drinkers turned around and says to me, he says, the league's going to be null and void. You're not going to win nothing, blah, 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 blah. And there was a lot of words said, and so I thought, I'm not going to get involved. My big boy, Mark, was out in the car. So I waited to come outside and I took them out of view of the CCTV and any praying eyes. And I got tore into them. Do you know what I done to them, Oxia? I showed them a picture of a bar of soap and they ran away.
Aye. They don't usually like that, do they?
No, I'm not. I never done that. I tell you what, they nearly met Jimmy the Skull. Yeah.
Remember what age you are.
I know, mate. But hey, that's the mentality of them. You know, I heard Bridgeman said about the club like no other. You know what they're getting away with, and that's their mentality. They're looking for the league to be null and voided, mate. That's the only way they're going to be able to stop the Glasgow Rangers winning it.
Oh well.
But who cares anyway? But that's looking forward to the game tomorrow. I'm going for a 2-0 win tomorrow, mate.
I'll take that, mate. It's a game for me. It's a results game tomorrow. It's just about the result.
Aye, everything's all about just a result. And we'll take Aberdeen, man. As I said before, the end of this month, 4 games to the end of this month. Leaves us to 10 games to go, mate. You know, and I'll take that all day. But by the end of this month, we'll have played 12 games to go. Once it's 38 games, 36, 38. So we'll get 4 games to the end of the month. If we win them a Bridgeman every week, I'm no caring. And I would say that's it done. But as it stands at the moment,
if we took 12 points, we're a long way there. But first and foremost, we've got to take 3 tomorrow, Bridge. No.
Absolutely right. Tomorrow is a huge game. If we can get the 3 points tomorrow, that'll be an entirely different future for everybody in the league. Because a lot of folk thinking, we'll fall over. It's the turn of the year. We'll fall over. And Aberdeen will take something off us. Blah 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 blah. Seriously, guys, my honest opinion is we'll beat them tomorrow. But I'm going to go for a 1-0, hoping for a 4 or 5. There you are.
Right, okay. It's all about results for me. GFK, we were on and we gave our team. What's your team, mate?
My team would probably more or less what was it last thing, but obviously be that I got McGregor in goal, Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Barisic in the middle, Kamara, Davis, and obviously Aribo. With Arfield and that being out, Ryan Jacks probably no ready to play. And up front, obviously Alfredo's going to be there with Hadji and Roof Suit. So, would they go with
Eaton?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still not convinced about Eaton, but I probably would go with Eaton. But
You dropping Kent?
Oh no, Ryan Kent. I get my lines mixed up here. Ryan Kent. Sorry, mate. So Ryan Kent, Alfredo, and Defoe. Sorry about that.
That's all right, Jimmy.
I'll need to get off this iron brew one.
It's obviously no good for you.
Now, that would be my team. Kent, Alfredo, and Hadji up front. So I think that kind of takes care of itself. I don't think always Ryan Jack's ready.
I can only see one decision to make, whether he plays it on as if you like the traditional 7 or he plays Hadji there. So that's his only decision for me. But Barker's come trotting out in Parkhead, so you never know with Stevie G D, Bridgeman.
You don't know. You just don't know. However, I must say, there's are we? I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but would you sometimes give a thought to, for instance, Defoe starting up front? Me. No, okay, that's fine.
It would never surprise me with Stevie G. I'm going to predict the weather. It'll be cold.
I think we Hadji's appearance the last game against the Puddle Drinkers, I think it gave us a bit of spark ox year. And I think he's probably earned his place, only because Roof's injured. I think if Roof had been there, I think he'd have been a stick on to play. So I would give Hadji. Defoe, for me, would be a bit part player if need be later on in the game. Possibly Eaton as well if he was making an appearance. But I think it's muchness. I think the team kind of picks itself on that aspect, mate.
Yeah, pretty much so. But we'll see. Nothing would surprise me with Stevie G. Nothing.
He always throws in a curveball. Always.
We trust him. You got to trust him as well. To make with something in, you think, oh my God, why is this coming? What's that? There's something here. But the truth of the matter is, the manager's a lot wiser about his team than we are. I would suggest.
All right, we've been joined by Big Stevie for the drum. How we doing, big man?
Yes, big man.
How you doing, lads? All right?
All right, big chap.
Jimmy, all right, mate?
I'm all right, buddy.
Man?
15, then a spaceship. 15, then a spaceship, big man.
15 in a spaceship. What's going on? I'm not wiggies.
Space,
Sure, Atari games.
Space Invaders.
All right. Yes. All right, aye. Nah, I've been at it all day, man. I can't get past this one, but I'm ready to crack up, man. Just as well I don't keep tools in the house. Anyway. Aye, I'm ready to do,
Right.
I think we'll do all right tomorrow, guys. What do you think yourselves? I think we'll do. I'm going to fling my hat in the ring and say I think Rangers will get a penalty tomorrow. There you go.
Right.
I think it'll be one of the games where we Alfred Tillman and or somebody, Kent will get called in or something like that. So I think that'll set us after a nice wee victory. I don't think Aberdeen are what we really think. We know we're going to get a hard game, but I just think if we get an early goal, confidence builds. I think we'll do all right, guys.
I mean, Aberdeen are 23 points behind us. 23, you know.
Dear. Aye. I know.
I'm assuming it's just. I think sometimes it's just historically how you look at games. There's no reason in the forum that we should be worried about them, but you're always concerned about a game up there, Steve. Yeah.
That's it. Of course, yeah, because they're only one viral beat results. You know their game is. They're going to punt high balls into the box all day long, and they're just going to pick you off the park. That's their game. That's their tactics with Rangers. There's no ounce of football in them, to be fairly honest. And they do give you a hard game, but I just think if we can get that early goal, just the way we go to Ibrox, we get that goal, go in front, confidence will build, and I think we'll do all right. I really do. They're no cut. Man to man in paper, we should absolutely gut them. Man to man.
He's right, JFK.
Of course, the big man's right. You know, I mean, there's not one of them would get into our squad, never mind into our team or first 11. But we need to be professional about them all. You know, I was reading the day, you know, as usual, they're bumping their gums about how they're going to turn Rangers over and that, yet when they're playing the puddle drinkers, especially McInnes, and by my God, we go to jail there, we're not getting him. He's always giving them plaudits a week before he plays them, but when he's coming to play us, or we go to play them, he's no, we're out to beat them, you know, that's fine. Bring it on. I'll take 2 penalties or more, I don't care, as long as they win. And I think we're being capable of winning. I think it'll be a hard game. They'll probably, as Stevie says, they'll get with the big high boys. They'll have the big, what's his name, Cosgrove up there for the big high boys and that. And the boy Hedges is a decent player. That's about all he is, and they're bumming him up. So, I'm not over confident, as I say, but I'm confident that we'll come away with a result. Traditionally, it hadn't been a good place for us at part of the decades and that, but more than often we were up there and we were beating them. So I think that's returned again next year. I don't see his faltering at all.
Yes, son, you go, Stevie.
You're talking about the boy Hedges there, Jimmy. He's actually Rangers 13 talk. Apparently, he's come out and says, think Aberdeen will be the first team to beat Rangers.
That's what I was reading today. Him and McInnes and Cosgrove and that. Aye, bring it on, Stevie. Bring it on, pal. You know what it's like.
What will happen if they're wrong and Rangers beat them? What will these people who come out with these statements? What do you think they'll ever come back and say, "Well, I got that wrong, eh? Sorry, guys," you know?
Have you been at the drugs again, Bridget?
Or will they just crawl into their corner where they came for?
That's exactly what they'll do, mate.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they'll do. All right, Big Stevie, what's your team tomorrow?
My team? McGregor, Tav, Golson, Balogun, Barisic, Davis, Kamara, Aribo, and I'm going to go for Kent and Morelos.
Kent and Morelos. He's a midfield again?
Stephen Davis, Kamara, and Aribo. Have I missed somebody? No.
You're one short.
We're playing with 10 tomorrow.
Right, hold on. Right,
I'm as bad as you, mate.
McGregor, Tav, Golson, Barisic, and Big, what do you call him, middle of the park? Balogun. Right, and then you've got Steve Davis, Kamara, Aribo, and up front it's got to be Hadji for me, the way he's playing. Morelos and Kent. That would be my front line.
Right, okay. All right, okay.
And I think, obviously, if things don't go to plan, Big It will come on for Alfie.
Big man's got a caterpillar smiling about his head there.
Oh, it's still like me to miss somebody. No, it's still there. I think it's lockdown, man. I'm ready to go tonto here, I think.
Hey, everybody is, mate. Right, everybody is.
Do you ever feel you could go a right good square go just to get out your system?
The only thing is square he can go now is a sausage.
Oh, McPherson's the name, fighting's the game. Okay, always remember that.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I was going to say something there, but I better no.
No, don't bother.
Oh, dear. Right, we'll be joined by Bob Chair. Evening, Bob Chair.
Oh, good crack.
Hi, boys. How you doing? All right.
How are you, Bob?
Evening, Bob.
I share your frustrations, by the way. We're all the same. But hey, come on, chin up. We're 19 points ahead in this league with the prospect of going 22. So it's no all doom and gloom. The spring will soon be here. So will the championship. I'm just listening to the boys here. I agree with everything you say. I think Aberdeen, all they offer is maybe just a physical presence. Pump the ball at Cosgrove. You know, that's about the size. They're coming out here tomorrow, sleeves rolled up and getting about it and try and chop up, get them, I've said it all week, get them doing. There'll be a few yellow carefree about. Rise above it, get the ball doing, play football. We can play through them and beat them. No problem. I'm sure you all agree with that. That's been the gist of the conversation tonight.
If we play, we win. No doubt in that JFK.
That's it.
Oh, you've said it. You've been consistent in that, Oxy, and I totally 100% agree with you, mate. If we play, we'll win. It's as simple as that. We know we're a good football team, and we know we can put the ball in the net. You know, we're due to give somebody a right doing it again, and it would be great if it was them. You know, leave another mark down. But if we play to the potential, I've been listening to different people talking about we've got Nae Arfield and Ryan Jackson fully fit, and there's going to be another game away. I don't think that's going to cause us any problems at all. As we've seen in the last few games, that if we've lost a player, the next one fits in and it's a perfect piece of the jigsaw, and it doesn't upset the team. I know there's been a couple of wee glitches, but we've got aired them. And we've come out at the other end with good results. So, as you've always said, we play well, we'll win well, mate. I've no doubt about that. No doubt.
Can I say something there? I agree with Jimmy there. We didn't have Arfield and Jack for the big game against Amom across the city. We didn't have a game there, and we still went through it. I thought we played very well. Once you get past half time, I think we had a lot more possession than they did. And of course, they lost a man. That made it even better for us. But seriously, I'm not saying we didn't miss. We would love to have had either of the two of them or both playing for us, most assuredly. But seriously, we still went on. We still played football. We still scored. That's what we want to do tomorrow. Never mind who's in the team now, who's not in the team. Just go and do it. Whatever the team is, go out there and do it and mollocate them.
Yep. Guys, where do you think about...
I've done a bridge, man, there, Stevie.
I'm just going to say there, I'm hoping for something for Big Aribo tomorrow. I really am. I'm hoping the big man can use a bit of quick feet tomorrow and maybe open that defence up. Or even maybe get a wee curling shot right into the bottom corner. I think they're due a wee goal for the big man, you know.
I've just looked at the team for the first game of the season when we were up there, and we're saying, oh, we're worried about the selection of the team tomorrow. There's one change in the team. If Stevie and JFK are right, with the front three being Hadji, Kent and Morelos, that's what it was when we were up there in the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
In the midfield was Aribo, Kamara and Jack. So Davis is coming in for Jack. And the back four is the exact same. So there's only one change to the team, and we're all saying, "Oh, we've not got our first team. We're pretty close, mate."
I don't think it's any us or any Rangers fans. I mean, the ones I talk to, and it's just what I know sometimes we shouldn't listen to what others say, but I've always had a saying: keep your enemies closer. So you better listen to what they're saying. They're all saying that we're got Jack and Arfield will be a big miss. Yeah, there'll be a miss. But I don't think there'll be a big miss, and I don't think they were a big miss against the Puddle drinkers, because the players we had there slotted in, no problem, and we came out the other end. And all this rubbish about they hammered us for 90 minutes, they were good for 22 minutes, and the rest of it, but they were keek. We were a better team all round in the second half, you know, so get this fallacy that they were aware of the tappies, and our Rangers played well on that day, in the second half. So I don't think we would. I mean, it'd be good to have Arfield and Jack available for that game, but they weren't there. We got on with it. We've got plenty of guys here that can step into their boots, guys.
You've just got to deal with injuries, part of the game, Bob, J.
Absolutely. That's how we've got a big squad of players. You know, you've got quality coming in there. Do not forget about Zungu as well. You'll still see the best of the boy. I just wish he would hurry up, right enough. But then again, but no. Like, you know, just how we've been saying all week leading up to this game, we're on the eve of it. We've got a quality squad going on here tomorrow, and we should be able to take care of us. Even if anything's possible, even if we did drop 2 points tomorrow, then I let the press and the media get the big panic head on, because that's not going to happen. Yeah. We just, as you say, we play well most weeks. We'll win the league, okay. I'm confident of that. I don't see anybody letting it. I don't see Rangers letting it slip now. Surely no. With the biggest collapse since bloody Jericho, but no. We'll go, first things first, we'll go up here tomorrow, take the game with the scruff of the neck, get the ball down and play football, then get involved in a fight with them, let them get the bookings, let them get the controversy. We just, as you say, Big Aribo, play, son. Kent, play. Hadji, play, and we can beat them. Oh, Alfie, you play and all, and we can beat them. They didn't possess quality like that in their team. As I say, it's out to Johnny Hayes, pump the ball at Cosgrove, and what's the other guy's name? Come from Motherwell Ox, what's his name? Curtis Main.
I don't think they'll play two of them personally.
Well, maybe they'll usually start with the big man up front, that Cosgrove, and they'll get on about it. So they didn't possess the same quality as us, but they are capable of giving you a fight at him, and that's all it is. They're not a great football team, Aberdeen. And they didn't have a great manager, by the way, that we dodged the bullet with. So that's another story.
Aye, definitely.
Dodged the bullet, Big Stevie.
Oh, dear. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it, guys? You know, we thought at the time, maybe, you know, but dear. I'm right in saying Teox that Big Balogun made his debut against Aberdeen the first game of the season.
Yeah.
And look how he'll be more settled now, because he's fun out the pace of the game, and obviously he's played with the boys now. You know, he knows why people play and stuff. So I'm hoping Big Balogun, if they can just, as Bob Gell says, if the Bears just concentrate and stick to our game plan, play the ball on the deck and play football, they've no that look in. They've no quality, so the only way they can beat us is kick us off a park and play high balls into the box. And see if they play high balls, I'm pretty confident Big Connor, Golson and Balogun and guys like that will deal with it anyway. They've no 5 goals they've lost all season. What are they worrying about here?
Yeah.
It's nerves, Stevie. It's nerves. It is nerves. It is nerves. You're totally right. Most days we're wanting to get across that finishing line, and you know. But look, we go into that. Stevie Gerrard, we've said it again. I'll probably repeat myself here again. He's taking one game at a time. He's selecting a team that he thinks will be the best team to beat Aberdeen on the day, and it doesn't matter if that's dropping a big name player to put him on the bench and bring somebody else in.
he's done it. He's done it correctly so far. That's how we're all these points in front of everybody else. The pack, we're looking over our shoulder, and everybody's nearly out of distance thanks to the way the man's picked the teams a game at a time. So when you think about it, why are we worried about getting up here? You know, as you said, it's just a wee bit of nerve, but certainly when you look at it on paper, 19 points clear, only 5 goals scored against us. What we go to worry about? We've got McGregor. You know what I mean? So,
can I come in and ask you a question, if you don't mind?
Listen, before look at the panel, mate. Don't make it.
No, it's not that type of question. It's particularly for yourself and JFK to do with the Roseville. I was reading something on Follow today, and there's a guy called David Proven.
He passed away.
Davey passed away. Aye.
Passed away. Right. Okay. That's exactly. That's why I was when he asked you. So okay, fine. He's know about it, just in case you missed it.
His funeral was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. I thought it was online, as far as I know.
Sad, and our good bear gone.
Yep.
Sorry to bring up bad news. I just thought I'd say.
No, it was a nice fella.
A few weeks ago, mate.
Yeah, something December or something like early December.
See what you're talking about being nervous. I don't think it's nervousness, Oxshire. I think it's anticipation. I would put it down to. I think that what's happened this season has surpassed everything that we thought. We were confident that we could win it, but I think in the manner that we're winning it, I think it's anticipation. We're keen to get it out of the line, you know, and win it. And that's.
Well, I'll give you that because you would recognise when you don't want to peak too early.
Well, that happens quite a lot, mate. You've got it in one. You know me so well.
There is a bit of apprehension, nerves, whatever you want to call it. There's just people just want to get the game done, another game done, and we're getting close to this finishing line, Bob. Yeah, that's all.
It's like that every game now.
Aye.
We're so close. We can, so near yet so far. We can reach out and touch this. We've had 2 Old Firm victories, 2 Aberdeen victories. The only 2 teams will beat us, you've all been saying, is Livingston and the Hibs. We've only dropped 4 points all season. The Rangers back 5, to me, is as good as I've seen for you. And I watch all the football. They're as good as anything I've seen. Again, Goldson and Balogun, even Alander when he comes in, the boys have been outstanding. We've done well. Christ, we went away to Benfica, a star-studded side, and should have beat them. Should have beat them twice. We're a good side. We get the ball down, spray it about, knock it about, concentrate on playing football. We can mix it with anybody. Okay, we're not going to beat Barca, Real Madrid or Bayern, but we're not in that league yet. We might get there if we get into the Champions League. You never know. High hopes and a good outlook for the Jets.
Yes, mate.
Well, I'm just going to ask Bob Jer a question. He said he's as good as he's ever seen. My dad used to talk about the Rangers Iron Curtain.
This season, aye. Yeah, the Iron Curtain, yeah.
Yes. I don't know who the back 5 consists of, but my dad used to have her on about the Rangers Iron Curtain, so you reckon they're better than them?
Oh, I didn't care. I mean, it was different days, for the Iron Curtain. I think the Iron Curtain consisted of, was it Davy Meikle, John?
Yep.
And Sally Cox, Jerry Dawson. That's the names I think I can mind you for the Iron Curtain. You need to Google that up. That was 3 names I could mind. The distinction of Ranger defenders.
The was George Young and
Geordie Young. Aye.
Willie Woodburn.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the keeper?
Ian McCall, Sammy Cox.
Was it Jerry Dawson?
Bobby Brown.
Was it Bobby Brown?
It was when Hibs had their famous 5s team, and then Rangers were the most successful, and they got the name the Iron Curtain because theirs was built in a more defensive formation rather than Hibs, who had the famous 5 attackers.
That was, yep.
Aye, but we were
George Young, Jock Shaw. We've just got through this year.
Yeah, Sammy Cox.
Willie Woodburn. Yeah, cool.
Why wasn't how did they say 2 of us?
I think he did that as well. Sorry, pal. Sorry.
But what I will say is we're getting plaudits elsewhere, Stevie, because people are looking at it. The leagues are moving on. They're looking in January, and people are saying, "There's that team. They've only lost 5 goals this season so far."
Aye, domestically, aye.
Aye. you know.
Well,
So-
I don't know if he's... Sorry, I don't know if he's... there was a stats about all the leagues in Europe, and Rangers were right up there with defensive stuff, you know, and that was
Got to be.
Germany and Spain and all that. It's unbelievable. The recognition we're getting for like, other countries is amazing, but obviously, when you come to this country, it's, you know, you don't get the plaudits you should really get for what the guys have done. 5 goals this season, unbelievable.
14 wins in the spin.
I will go for a 15 win tomorrow. GFK. 15 wins in a row.
Absolutely fantastic, mate. It's been a roller coaster time watching the Rangers since Steven Gerrard came, you know, and I think this is a culmination of all his planning and the hard work that him and the backroom staff have put in. So it's going to continue tomorrow. I'm confident, you know, that it'll be 15 in a row, and hopefully by the end of the month it'll be 19 in a row. But I've got to be confident in the way the team's playing. Look, we have our wee glitches, and I think we've had them. The game against St Midden, that's come and went, so forget about it. So I'm confident tomorrow for a 2-0 win, mate. Definitely. Be fantastic. Can't wait. Didn't think I'd be no getting to the football, no missing going and sitting in my seat. I didn't think I'd be as excited as I said at the start of the season about watching the game in the telly, but that's all we can do now is watch it in the telly. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, then. People want to join us. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. You'll be brought in with a call by Old School Blue. Phone in. Hang up, we will phone you back. You can come in, you can speak to Bob J, JFK, and Big Stevie. It's a big game, but we've got good football players. We've got Big Golston, who's turned into a leader at the back, Stephen Davis to Morelos, and let's hope Alfredo can get a goal. I think it's important for us he starts scoring. GFK.
Can I just say a wee thing about Alfredo, and I don't want to digress in that, but I would just like to urge everybody out there to just listen to what Hugh Keevan said last night about Alfredo. Stop texting me. It's a sweary text message. But he said about his tackle, or alleged tackle on Frimpong. And he said he's more or less a wronging, you know. And I think that's disgusting for a man of his supposedly stature on radio to say that. But that's just, I wanted to put that in there. It's flying everywhere now on Twitter and Facebook and all that. Alfredo, I'm hoping scores tomorrow, mate. I'm hoping that he puts the ball in the back of the net and proves everybody wrong. I know he's going through a wee lean patch there, but he put the ball in the net a couple of weeks ago, so let's hope the Murray can score a couple. I'd like him to score the 2 of them. Definitely would.
Stevie?
They're a surprise, eh? Hugh Keevan said something bad about a Rangers player. I tried to do a team talk for Aberdeen. You know, there's an absolute surprise. Jimmy, see Hugh Keevans, we all know he's for up this neck of the woods for East time, mate. He's a tyrant. He's one of the one eyebrow brigade. And I wouldn't listen to the guy. I can't stomach the guy. I don't listen to him. The goalposts get moving and come to Rangers all the time to suit him and his cronies. But me tomorrow, I said it at the start when some people were saying play it. And look, Alfredo Morelos' experience against Aberdeen is valuable to us tomorrow. Now, he might not score, but I can guarantee he will drag that back line all over the place tomorrow. And he'll play some part in the goal, whether he's dragging somebody away or doing a 1-2 with somebody to send somebody in. He will play a part in the goal. And listen, they cannot talk about Alfie to devalue him. They cannot talk him to bring a boy down. The boys came here. He does the hardly speaks for language. He's just had a new wee baby. He's a Rangers player. He's been great for us. He's our all-time top scorer in Europe. And I wouldn't have him at the team, and that's just me. Maybe that's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. I just think he brings a lot to our team. I look at the team when he's out it, and I think we struggle a wee bit without him. I really do. Because when he steps into that part, whatever back four he's going to play against, they know they've got their work cut out. You believe me.
Bob, J?
Well, I couldn't agree, mate. Alfie's, I love Alfie best. I don't love his temperament. Let's be honest with you guys. I mean, you've got to admit, he's let us doing his temperament, let us doing in some big games. But yeah, I love Alfredo Moretti. He works his butt off for the cause. He scored a lot of important goals for us. He's a wee bit of a lean spell now, but it will finish. He will get there, and hopefully it starts tomorrow. And Alfredo Morelos wears the Blue Rangers, and I'll always support us and back him. By the way, guys, can I ask you, I didn't hear what Kevin said about Alfredo. What did he say? Because I don't listen to him either. What was he quote about Morelos?
He said he was a nasty piece of work.
A nasty piece of work?
Yeah. He was asked by a caller about the tackle on
I wonder what he'll say about his mate Kearney when he's up in court next Friday. But that's another story, yeah.
That was the one of his picture doing a presentation. I know no Tierney, the one you're thinking about, Kearney. He was asked by a puddle drinker about he thought the challenge on Frimpong. And
it was a yellow card, mate.
He even said that you've got to remember, he says Alfredo Morelos is a nasty piece of work.
It was a yellow card, but the boy in their midfield could have been booked twice after it as well. So the Madden decided not to clamp down in the first few challenges.
Exactly.
But it could have been a yellow card. It could have been. And then
can I come in here, Rob?
Yes, mate.
I'll tell you something. I know. I'm a high blood pressure sufferer, right? That was when Bert Connerman played with the Rangers. Seriously, I'm going to tell you something. I know. Anybody tell me, for as much as a suspension record that Morelos has got, can anybody tell me, and I'm talking about supporters, pundits, players, anybody, any long-term injury Alfredo Morelos has ever inflicted on an opposing player?
When you look at he's been sent off most times for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Yeah.
See, they all forget Alfie's are South American. It's not an excuse. It's just a fact. The boys are Colombian, for God's sake. And they get right in about the elbows, kicking and all the rest. I'm not advocating dirty play. No, never. Never, especially being a Rangers fan. But Alfie's never inflicted anything. Niggling, definitely, elbows and what have you. But he's never inflicted a serious injury on anybody. And that last Saturday with Frimpong, yellow card, fair enough. And you can cry him on the name and say, oh, sorry, that, shouldn't have done it. But don't you think for a minute that these are playing, you'll see it the morning at Aberdeen, you've seen it repeatedly at Aberdeen and Easter Road, Tynecastle Park, here, etc. Don't you think they wouldn't do that to you? You've got to look after yourself. You better believe it. And Alfie's the same. Alfie's not any better and he's not any worse than the rest of them. That's my stance on him. And I hope he scores tomorrow, obviously.
Yeah.
You've got to laugh because we've watched for the last, probably the best part of a decade now, we've watched that Scott Brown rampaging through
there you go.
all the leagues, play up against virtually every midfield player, and he's smashed him in the face. He's done all the dirtiest things that's ever been seen in football, and he's hardly had a red card. I think he's had one or two, but very, very little. For what he is and who he is, he's got away with murder, absolute murder. And compare that to somebody like Alfredo Morelos. He's actually instigated some of the terrible times that he's done. Seriously, he's a shocker, that you. And for the newspapers, the MD in the press, and the media to turn in and say Morelos is dirty. Or what was it JFK said there? He can be a nasty piece of work or something.
Yeah,
that's nothing short of disgraceful.
I keep away from the media as much as I can. I read their stuff because I have to because I'm on here, right? I can't remember who it was. It might have been Albert, going back a wee while. And he was saying, what have they ever done for the game in Scotland? All they do is talk the game down. They don't look at common sense. They don't look to build it up. Yeah, Morelos, yellow card, you move on. And you want to have your top players playing in your league to have your league as big as possible, especially in the global market you've got now. But no, they don't want that. They want to talk it down because they've got one agenda, somebody like Keevans. And I'm just saying, if Alfredo Morelos is a wronging, what was your mate, Mr. Kearney? What was he? Stevie.
I'll tell you what they are. Listen, box, the propaganda games been going on here for far too long. We've been refereed. Look, we could take it to the Scottish Government, we could take it to compliance officer, we could take it to the SPFL, dodgy computers. You could go on and on and on. This mob have absolutely no neck. When it comes to propaganda, managers shouting before games about penalties. Now we've got another guy in the PR business giving it, Alfredo Morelos is a nasty piece of work. Is that so the referee goes like that tomorrow? I've got my eye on you right away. Guys, we all know how this mob work. We really do. It's down to Alfredo himself. Play football. We play football, we beat them, but as far as that other mob go, they're a club like no other, aren't they? No, they take they've got an absolute redneck. They'll take titles that weren't even finished, but they'll not take the blame for stuff that they've done. They get in the back door in Europe because of this and that. They're just an absolute embarrassment to the Scottish game, yet the whole media platforms here talk them up as if they're something special. But see, decent people, really decent football fans out there, for no matter what team you support, everybody can see through them. Surely it's that blatant what's going on. Everybody can see through their propaganda and their anti-Rangers. I mean, the BBC, I'm not wanting to start bridge, but the BBC, come on guys, they were other bad for Ibrox. They can't just put their horn up and say, right, we'll meet you halfway and we'll try and move on. The Scottish, I mean, as you said, they're forever talking our game down. How are they ever going to get sponsors to sponsor our game the way they talk it down, constantly talk it down? And they only talk it down all the time when it's Rangers that are in tap. When Celtic's in tap, it's the greatest league, it's a brilliant league. Rangers and all that need to pull their weight in Europe. Remember that crap for a certain lunatic?
Mm-hmm. And where are we now? Who's got all the coefficient points the last 3 years?
Exactly, you said it the other day. We're 50th, we're 72nd, according to whatever source that was. Mm-hmm. I mean, the tables are changing slowly but surely, guys. We just need for it all to go away. We just need to keep winning on the park, keep our nuts down, stick with Mr. Gerrard, the troops. The board are playing their part, the team's playing their part, and by God, the fans are playing their part. We haven't congregated or nothing. Everyone is desperate to get back and see our team, but we've all done the right thing. We've stayed away and we've done the right thing. Decency, that's something that lot will never have.
Here.
That's a good point you make about the sponsorship. You think about the sponsorships out there, Bob Jen. I don't know if the financial side of the club is something you follow. I know you've got a right few quid yourself, but Musgroves every week he's bringing in new sponsors, multinationals, big companies every week.
Well, obviously, see me. I'm just like a lot of people. I just want to see Rangers Strike Centre go up a park with the ball in the back of the net, and the administrators of the club with the finance will take care of that itself. Like I told you one night, I was in the pub along with half a dozen tax experts, just half a dozen. It was a Sunday night, and they were all getting on to me in the back into a corner. And I turned round. I'll tell you this last week. I think I turned round. I pointed my finger. I said, "You mark my words." I said, Rangers will be back bigger and stronger than ever. We're too big a club and we've got too big a support. And they all laughed at me. Well, they've all found out now, boys. They've all found out now. And back to what you're talking about. Back to what you're talking there about Alfie Morelos getting accused of being a nasty piece of work, etc. You remember that lad that played with us that what's his name? Caxina brought in. Cardoso, the centre half.
He's no smash.
Yes, see that day, yes, for that Bowman. He smashed that laddie's nose and Rangers took him off. And that laddie was reported to be sitting in the Rangers dressing room, bleeding and crying with pain because his face was smashed to bits through an act of thuggery. I've never seen Alfredo Morelos do that to anybody. I've seen him kick folk and pull jerseys and elbow them and what have you. Because the man's a top pro football player. What do you want him to do? He's only getting out what he gets. Simple as that. He's the biggest target in our game because the media has made him the biggest target in our game. And he'll be a target tomorrow. And my worry is that I hope he handles it all right.
He's been sent
That's
off.
all. We say that every week.
He's been sent off for diving in the box. He's been sent off for waving at the Marble fans. He's been sent off for kicking out at McKenna twice. The first one is Gerard's first game up there after McKenna had a right go at him. And she'd been red carded mysteriously. Then he gets sent off for flicking his leg at McKenna.
And didn't forget what that Gardyne called him.
Well, that's not come out in black and white yet.
That's still way to be. We're not going to say anything libelous about him.
But watch your space, aye. I hope he's playing tomorrow, and I hope he scores a goal for me, GFK.
Oh, definitely. You want him to score a couple, get it right up them, because you know they're full of their own. As I said at the start of the show, they bum them up when they're playing them. How great a team they smell like her, and yet when they come to play us, we're going to turn them over. And that they're saying, I mean, we're due to give somebody a right doing. Let's hope it's them, and it'll be great, you know. But a 1-0 will do. A controversial penalty, I don't care, as long as the 90th minute the Rangers have got the 3 points, mate, and that'll do me all day. Get it right up there, and then let's hope something happens on Monday night between the spoon burners and the puddle drinkers. But I'm confident about tomorrow. I'm not getting any qualms about tomorrow. I'm confident the team that will be there tomorrow will win the game and win it well. It will be hard, but I still say 2-0.
Stevie?
I'll just finish off the Alfredo thing by saying this, and then we'll talk obviously about the game. But what team in Scotland wouldn't have Alfredo Morelos leading the front line? Tell me a team that wouldn't have him.
Exactly.
That's the argument done and dusted, done it. You know, I mean, come on, big French Eddie. I can run faster than him. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, I think tomorrow the wee man keeps his head, will do all right. He's been there, seen it, and done it with him. You know, in one of the games we were talking about, he gets sent off. His red card get rescinded. Mind they look back, and the red card get rescinded. The one he kicked out. Right. There was 2 red cards get rescinded that year. I can't remember who the other one was. Ryan Jack. Ryan Jack got a red card.
I mean, remember we've had red cards for Andy Halliday blowing kisses to the crowd. Do you remember that?
Yep, I know.
Aye.
Unbelievable. That was at Morton, wasn't it?
Aye.
The cup. I was there. I blew a kiss, they got sent off. But anyway, guys, we've been getting refereed at a different level for a hell of a long time. We all know that. Sometimes Alfredo was booked in the tunnel before he even got on the park. The referees were just out. I mean, look at the game at Parkhead. I mean, before he even hit the deck, he was in his back pocket getting the red card out. It's just unbelievable. Look at that game, how we were ref in that one game. Where, what do you call him? Clancy, Kevin Clancy. Look at, he gave them a penalty, he gave them a goal that had a boy's on and went into the net, should never have stood. He done everything he could to send a Rangers player off. He done everything in his power to give them that game that day. It's a worth referee. I mean, it must have had a select tap on underneath that black tattoo.
I see it's the Bridgeman's favourite referee tomorrow.
Cheating beating.
Right.
You know, Jimmy, you're probably there. You know what that guy's like, particularly when it was Rangers versus Hibs, and the absolutely disgraceful decisions, utterly disgraceful decisions, sending people off the way he did, and I think he did book him right enough. That's Stokes. How the hell that guy managed to stay on the pitch, I don't know. I just don't know. However, that's cheating beating for you.
Yeah, sure we've got tomorrow, so we need to be on our guard for him.
Well, yes, we need to watch out for all the rest of the Aberdeen. Admittedly, the big McKenna boy isn't there anymore, so it may ease it a wee bit in Pittodrie because he's not there, because he's the one that starts and tries to finish everything. Tell you.
If we play, we get the ball down, we play, we
That's it.
get the movement right, we win the game. If we get sucked into a battle, it becomes easier for them. Bob, Jeff.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, they've got a repeated history. And like I keep saying, you go up there, you're going to get none but controversial refereeing decisions, yellow cards, all the stuff that goes along with it. We know what we're facing in the morning. It's simple. Just get it done, get it played about, get the give and go football going. Ryan Kent, come on, son. So every time you tore somebody apart, do it tomorrow. And we'll come back down the road with the 3 points. I'm confident of that. But
That's a really good shout.
here's another Keevan's quote for you. I'm not going to labour the point, boys, but when we were on top, we were successful under Sooners, Smith, Advocate, etc. I mean, I listened to you on Saturday dinner time, going to a game, and Keevan's turned around and said, we're in danger of becoming a one-team league. When they were on top recently, because of your misgivings, because of all the misgivings about Rangers quadruple trebles and what have you, I've never heard them make that statement. Never heard him make that statement. He was quite happy to go along with it and give them all the plaudits and all the praise and all the rest of it. So it just shows you where their loyalties lies. It's a true song we sing. No one likes us, and boys don't care. And go for it the more adjust.
I read the media stuff. I have to because of what we're doing here. We have to get away.
Aye.
If there's any stuff, but I don't read it. Like if you go back 30 years ago, mate, when you picked up the papers, you went to the back page and you looked for stories and that was it. No, the days are gone. They don't. Wait, the BBC. How has that affected our club? Not one jot has it affected our club.
No.
Not one jot.
So 20 people getting the club coverage.
Aye. Our club's get covered. They've got fans coverage. We've got the right people. Fans
White media coverage.
We'll get fans media in at the press conference who are putting it quicker than the BBC would be. So we're getting out there quicker. And they're trying to show you a press conference, say, at 6 o'clock at night, that happened at 9 in the morning. Everybody's seen it. All right, we play it for people who have maybe got access to that. So we'll get talking points. We'll use it as talking points rather than the press conference. But I'll be really honest with you, JFK, it's not affected their club one jot. They've not been there.
No. But it's not affected the club. You know, we've done the right thing and we've kept them at arm's length, and no, they don't like that, and it's not affected us. But at the same time, it does hurt when you see some of the things that they're getting away with saying that way. You know, they don't report them the same way they've been reported to us. And we know what's going on, and the Spotlight's trying to get that out there as much as they can. And we know what they've done. And we know what how bad it's been, but they will still not report on it. But football-wise, no, it's not affected us. We don't need them at Ibrox reporting on anything. And they don't like that. It gets to them more than it gets to us. They don't like the fact that they don't get in there today interviews and that with the Rangers players. It hurts them. Stephen Gerrard had a wee statement at the end of their show because there's no interview done. No, it's not hurt us at all, mate. And long may it continue. Keep them out. Put the barbed wire up. Keep them out.
Stevie?
You'll look at the Harris fence, anyway.
Stevie?
I just think, guys, every time the BBC try and bring our club down, they don't realise they're galvanising us. They're just making us all the more stronger. Every time they tell lies about our club, or they try and do this trial by BBC where they clowns at Michael Stewart and that, they keep getting our bad tackles, so it gets brought up to the compliance officer, people phone in about it and more about it. At one point there, it was trial by BBC where players kept getting done because everybody was watching it and then complaining. Every time they do something to our club, they don't realise they're making us. And you're told, we have to miss them. And the last time I heard the club was in dialogue with them down in London, with the big boys down in London, and nothing's come out of it. And I hope it stays that way because, as you said, they're no missed. They're absolutely no missed. And see their show, you look at that show, they've got the wee guy sitting there on the couch. Now he's been bumped, thanks Stephen Thompson's doing it. They're just a laughing stock. The whole setup of the show, everything they do is just crap. You watch the English football, all that comes on, that show of theirs comes on, and it's just cheap third division crap we're watching compared to Gary Lineker and all the boys sitting actually talking about football and bumming their game up and looking after their game and doing things properly for the sake of the word football. These guys haven't got an ounce of that in them. It's all about where their allegiances lies and their hate for one club, and they're getting everything they deserve. But listen, every time they've a pot shot at our club, and every time they try something sly with our club, they don't realise they're galvanising us Rangers fans. They're galvanising us together. They're making us stronger. So we're better without them. Just keep them at arm's length, as JFK and Bob Jerd were saying there.
Here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well said, sir. Can I come on, Hawks?
Of course you can, Bob Jerd. Of course you can.
Well, you're talking about the program. Was it Sports Scene?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it for 8 years. So there you go. That's the relevance there. I've never watched it for 8 years, and it was reputed to be the worst sports program in the whole of Europe. You're mentioning the Premiership there. Obviously, they've got a superior product to look at, boys. But at the end of the day, they haven't got a club superior to Rangers. We're a worldwide product, and there's a load of coverage about the Jers. I didn't need. I mean, Oxy just explained. Oh, I don't have to tell you. You know anyway. So the fact that the BBC doesn't want to have anything to do with us, and it's as basic as that, that's irrelevant. That doesn't matter to us. We're marching on 19 points clear. We're almost back to where we should be, and I certainly hope we get. If we lift this championship, and I say it because there's a wee bit to go yet, and if we lift it, they'll be wanting to cover us all right. So Michael Stewart, Stevie Thompson, Uncle Tom, by the way, you know, I didn't care about them. I didn't care. Suppose the BBC never walks back in the door at Ibrox again. It was all right in the days of Archie McPherson and what have you. You know, when you used to have it all let fly and all the syllables he used to come away with. Do you remember the guy with the pink jersey for the Daily Express? What was his name again, Ox? What was his name? He used to despise Rangers, this guy. He despised Rangers, this guy. I can't even mind him.
Before my time, Bob Jerd. Anyway,
but I'm not going to exemplify. You know, I don't care about the BBC. We can definitely live without them, eh?
Well, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening, mate.
Oh, what can I say? I do apologise, by the way. My network just collapsed.
Just carry on and don't apologise. Just carry on. You weren't much.
Anyway, can I just say, right, all right. Another great night, by the way, I have to say. And thanks very much for putting on. Well, you and all the rest of the guys. And can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, one more sleep and then we're in. Come on, Rangers, get out there and mollocate. Come on, Rangers. Everybody for the Rangers.
We thought we'd stop it in case you get any more media appointments, Mr. McPherson.
Graham Spears.
Hi, on you go, mate.
I've just got to say, well, I was on the Ibrox Radio last night, guys. I was on their wee platform, and I thanked them, perhaps obviously myself. Their hospitality was brilliant. Kenny was good, and they were talking about the wee Robert Mulholland, the scenario, how his memorial all came about, and that. And it was a good wee 25 minutes I was on, but I sent paternal greetings for our wee show to theirs and told them to keep the good work that they're doing up there, you know. And that was basically it. But I enjoyed it, and that was brand new. And I thank Kenny McCallion and Alex Kelly and that for having me. Thanks very much again, boys, for listening.
Just to let you know, JFK is looking for a new agent. I'm in French, Eddie.
Aye.
Can I thank Bob Jerd, Stevie, JFK, and of course Bridgeman for coming on. Thanks to everybody who was listening, but more importantly, thank Old School Blue, and even though he's not here, Fox, for making sure the technicals work and we can put on a show. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Bridge will get a sleep in, maybe a quick nap before the game so he's fresh with the pre-match show. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Blue.
We are the people who sing of victory until the football glory from Kilmarnock to Dundee. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. When Rangers take the field, they'll follow on to triumph, for we know they'll never lose. And 60,000 voices will cheer the whole game through. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal! cheer the boys in blue. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue.